Hello students, welcome back to our chemistry classes where we were discussing about chemical reactions and chemical equations. This is our part 3. We have already discussed in two modules chemical reactions and equations where what is the importance of writing a chemical equation. Then we also discussed about how to balance a chemical equation. Today in this module we will be discussing about different types of chemical reactions. Different types of chemical reactions. We have first one is combination reactions. Second one is decomposition reactions. Third one is displacement. This you might have studied before also. Displacement reactions you might have studied even in 8th standard also. So the almost same thing only. Displacement reactions, third one, and fourth one is double displacement. And last one is redox reactions. So these are the 5 reactions which we will be studying in types of chemical reactions. We will not be explaining in this module all this. We will explain combination, decomposition, displacement and double displacement in this module. And in next module we will be explaining about redox reactions, because this is a vast topic. We will be discussing that in another module. Okay. Let's go into the first one, that is combination reactions. In combination reactions, one or two components like A reacts with B to form a single product C, or you can also write A plus B to form AB. So in these reactions actually, let us take an example. Hydrogen reacts with oxygen to form water molecule. Or if you balance this one, 2H2O, this 2H2 plus O2 gives 2H2O. This is a type of combination reaction. Another example, if you take carbon reacts or burns in presence of oxygen to produce carbon dioxide. Not only combustion reactions, apart from this we have another reaction like calcium oxide on reacting with the water. It produces calcium hydroxide, CaOH twice. Okay, so these are some of the examples where two substances are reacted to form a single component, single entity is formed after the reaction or a product is produced. So this type of reactions we call it as a combination reaction, where combine to form a single product. Now we shall look at the second one, that is our decomposition reaction. This decomposition reactions in decomposition, as the name suggests, this is actually a particular substance decompose into simpler substances. Simpler substances in the sense it can be two or more substances like calcium carbonate, CaCO3. What is the formula of calcium carbonate? CaCO3, because carbonate valence is 2 and calcium's valence is 2. When you crisscross, you get calcium carbonate. On heating calcium carbonate decompose to form calcium oxide, and can you tell me what else will be produced? Of course, carbon dioxide is also produced. So this is actually a reaction which one single entity or one single species decompose to two other products. Another example, if you consider, that is AgCl. What is AgCl? AgCl is a silver chloride. Silver chloride in presence of sunlight In presence of sunlight, what happens to it? It decomposes to form Ag plus Cl2. Ag silver and chlorine is produced. You can balance this equation. Cl2 is there, so you put 2 over here and 2 as coefficient in Ag. Now, these cases where we need an apparent cause. In the first case, we used heat energy, so this is called a thermal decomposition. And in this case, we have used for the reaction we need sunlight. So sunlight we use, so we can say this is a photo decomposition. Okay, this is a thermal decomposition. This is a photo decomposition. Another one, if you look at water molecule on decomposing, how water molecule can decompose? When you pass electricity into it, it will produce hydrogen and oxygen. Okay, this also you studied in smaller classes. So this is actually electrical decomposition. So first case is thermal decomposition. Second case is an example of sunlight, that is photo decomposition. Sunlight is used, and in third one we used electricity. So this particular second case, AgCl converts to Ag and Cl2. Or you can use AgBr also. Similar reaction really takes place. These reactions actually used in the black and white photography. This particular one. In olden times we had black and white photos now. So in this particular reaction only is actually used in black and white photography. Next, third one, we will move into the third part. What is the third one? Third is the displacement reactions. In displacement reactions, first case, the first two what we have learned is one is combination where one or two or more substances actually combines to form a single substance. Okay, and in this one what we call decomposition, we have discussed about two components were formed, two or more components were formed from a single substance. Now in case of displacement reactions, if we have a particular species like AB, into this AB, if you put a particular third component C, okay, now this C is more reactive. C is more reactive than A. Then what happens is C will take the place of A and it will form CB plus A will be getting displaced from the particular solution. So this type of reactions we call it as displacement reactions. Let us take some examples. Can you give me some examples like iron? Iron is not very reactive, but iron is a moderate reactive metal only. On adding iron into copper sulfate solution, iron will displace copper from aqueous solutions. What will happen in this reaction is this will convert into FeSO4 plus Cu salt is produced. This, how can you understand this reaction occurred is this copper sulfate is actually blue colored solution only. If it is in the aqueous forms only, this reaction takes place. So solid iron, when you add into blue colored copper sulfate, what happens? So after some time, solution turns to green in color. This greenish color is actually due to the formation of FeSO4. So from this, what you can understand is iron actually displaced copper from the solution, and you will if you look into the solution clearly, you will understand that on the surfaces of iron, the brownish colored substance is obtained. That is actually, this brownish color is due to the deposition of this copper only. Okay, this type of reactions we call it as a displacement reaction. Another example we take lead Pb on reacting with, in presence of reacting with the CuCl2, it forms PbCl2 plus Cu. This is another example of a displacement reaction where more reactive. You might have studied the reactivity series where potassium, sodium, calcium, magnesium, aluminum, zinc, iron, lead are all reactive only. From the top it comes. I will just write down potassium, sodium. Potassium is the most highly reactive metal. Then sodium comes. Then we have got calcium. After calcium we can write magnesium. Okay, then aluminum comes. Then zinc. Okay, zinc you have studied. Then Fe. Fe is iron or ferrous you can say. Then Pb. Okay, Pb is lead. Then hydrogen comes. After hydrogen, copper. Copper what we have used here. Okay, after copper, mercury. Okay, mercury, silver, Ag, and gold, Au. This is actually our metal activity series. But we can say this is our metal activity series, in which it is written according to the more reactive metal to the less reactive metal. So we can say that sodium and potassium are highly reactive, calcium, then magnesium, aluminum, zinc, iron, lead. Then here comes one non-metal like hydrogen. Why hydrogen included in this particular series is because hydrogen has similar properties like metals. Okay, means in a reaction I will show you that. Now let us take an example of that where hydrogen behaves like a metal. That is on adding potassium to hydrochloric acid. This reaction is very vigorous only. So I mean highly reactive in nature. So potassium can displace hydrogen from the solution. That is it will produce KCl plus H2 gas will evolve. And also you have studied in 8th standard and all, when sodium metal is added into water molecule, what happens? A pop sound or a very highly explosive reaction, burning takes place. Sodium burns above the surface of water and produces sodium hydroxide, NaOH, plus hydrogen gas will evolve. So this explains that the metals above hydrogen, what is this is what you have to remember is metals above hydrogen can displace hydrogen from the aqueous solutions. So that's why we have included hydrogen also in this particular reactivity series. Now there are non-metal displacements also that we will study later. Okay, next we have the fourth one is double displacement reactions. In double displacement reactions, actually interexchange of ions takes place. Let us take an example of sodium sulfate, Na2SO4, not NaSO4, because the valency of sulfate is 2 and valency of sodium is 1. So it will interexchange, so it comes Na2SO4, and on reacting with the barium chloride, both must be in aqueous forms. You know, aqueous forms means the substance which is dissolved in water, that is called aqueous solutions. It will produce barium sulfate, BaSO4. Means barium is displacing sodium and sodium is displacing barium. Barium sulfate plus NaCl is produced, sodium chloride. Sodium chloride formed will be aqueous, but barium sulfate produced will be solid barium sulfate. And what happens to barium sulfate is, barium sulfate actually precipitate out. That means it will be formed, the substance formed will be solid substance that will remain in the form of solid substance, and it will slowly settle down in the beaker. Because of the formation of precipitates in double displacement reactions, these double displacement reactions are also called PPT, that is precipitation reactions. Okay. So students, today we have discussed about in this module we have discussed about 4 different types of reactions, that is combination reactions, decomposition reactions, displacement reactions, and last we have discussed about double displacement reactions. One more we have in this chapter, that is redox reactions. Redox reactions we will be discussing in the next module because we need to discuss a little deeply. So we will be discussing redox reactions in the next module, and I hope you have understood so far whatever we have discussed here, and we will meet you in the next module. Thank you so much. Thank you.